I was at the gun shop today with a friend of mine who took up shooting this year, and we picked up his first gun today. Throughout the geese season this year, he's used several of the guns of mine and a friend's of mine. He's used the Berettas, he's used the Browning Satori's, he's used the MIROKU's, and over that period, he's decided which gun suited him best, and he's bought a gun based on his field experience, which I think is an excellent way to actually try before you buy. And so we picked it up today, pretty cool. He's bought the MIROKU MK70 Game model, 30-inch barrels, and I'll do a quick unboxing with you, a quick review, and show you what he got. So as you can see, it just comes in a fairly standard cardboard box. Now we have had this out of the box. The guy at the gun shop took it apart for us and made sure everything fitted together. Oh, just dropped something. Okay, so we've got the manual, got the choke tool remover, got the spare chokes, you've got a sticker, you've got an inspection certificate. Just cover up the serial number. Now, this is the gun, comes plastic wrapped, and this is the camo pattern that comes on the gun. It is actually really nice. It's basically like a photorealistic looking pattern, and you can actually see the brand of the camouflage there, Real True Max 5. Now, it's wooden that's had the paint applied or the graphic applied. On the back of the gun, it's got a really good butt pad. So this is with the plastic wrap taken off everything. So you can feel there's a fair bit of oil and grease on the action, which is a good sign. Shows they expect it to be packed for a while. Now the grippiness of this is really, it's not aggressive, sorry, but it's really good. It's tactile, so they've done a very good job with the gripping on here. The controls are blued, and there's a bit of bluing above that. It only comes with a single bead sight. I would have rather it come with a holographic front sight and a mid bead, and my friend's tried a few guns and prefers that, he said, so we might be taking this to Gunsmith to get the mid bead put on it. But no, it's absolutely excellent. The finishing of this camouflage just looks so good. I think I'm a little bit jealous, but no, it's excellent. I've just had a quick look over this and I've inspected everything. Everything on the gun looks really good. The parts come oiled. You can see there, it might be a little bit hard to see in the light, that it is wooden underneath here, and everything is serialized. The action's serialized in here. The barrels, I've had a quick look over them, they look excellent. There's no metal filings, there's no rust on anything. It's a really well made gun, and everything is, the fit and finish, and excellent. The only little thing, there's a little bit of a lump here where the action meets the stock, but it must be meant to be that way because it's equal on both sides. So I'll just put this together quickly, and there's nothing special about the way this gun goes together. It's the same as any other basic shotgun. If I can line it up. Saying that, you have to be... Okay, so these parts here aren't blued. This is paint. It's not actually a blued finish, so that must be a Cerakote paint. But yeah, it fits together great. The action is actually really stiff. Oh, shivers. Because it's brand new. Now, because this action is so stiff and new, and basically we're going to be putting into storage, not storage, but we won't be using it a lot until next geese season. So what I've got here is this Tetra Gun lube. Now, it's absolutely excellent lube. It's actually got like a white synthetic compound in it. And all I'm doing is, I'm just putting a few drops. Oh, it's a brand new bottle, sorry. I'll just open this bottle. There we go. And I'm just going to put a few drops into the action, not heaps. I'm not trying to flood the action. And all this is going to do is help these parts, this brand new mechanism, to loosen up. And I'll work it in a few times. And that's all it takes. And I'll just work that gun, to work that into the mechanism, just to get things, and straight away I can feel the difference there. So after adding that lube to the gun, I've worked the action in a few times. It's not quite at the stage where an old gun would be, where you can push it and it'll flip itself open automatically, but this is what I expect from a new gun, to be this stiff. Now, one thing I like to check for my own sanity, for function testing, is the trigger weight. Now, what I have for that is these A-Zoom snap caps. Now, these are metal snap caps, and when we were at the gun shop today, I told my friend to buy them. They're 29 bucks, and they're well worth the buy. Now, these are a full metal anodized coating, which have rubberized actual snaps in the back of them. Now, there are other ones on the market. There are some that are half plastic. These are the ones to go, because these we bounce around the back of your ute, you'll throw them in the back of the car, you'll throw guns on top of them. I'd go for the metal ones over the plastic ones. The reason being is, these will last a lifetime, the plastic ones you're probably likely to break. Okay, so I'll just do a quick measure of the length of pull here. So this is measuring from the middle of the trigger. I've done this just before, but I'll just show you how I've done my measurements. So I've done it to the edge of the stock here, center of the stock, and the bottom of the stock, and I've done the same with the Browning here. It's from the center of the trigger to the top, middle, bottom. So the Browning's length of pull is slightly longer. Top of the Browning, 385, 392 at the bottom, and 380 in the center. The MIROKU, 372 to this point here, 370 in the middle, 373 on the bottom here. So you've got about a centimetre, a little bit less length of pull in the MIROKU. I'll just do a quick measurement here. So this is running along the bottom barrel, just over the trigger to the rear of the stock, and you're at just a tad under 120 centimetres. Running from the top barrel, the top point there, along the gun to where it would land, about 120. The reason is this is actually a scalloped back or radiused stock, whereas on the Browning it's more of a sporting stock, whereas this is more of a field stock. So it's actually a very similar length overall, about 120 of the whole gun. I've been doing a lot of comparisons between this and the Browning Satori, just for myself, because that's what I have in the safe, and that's what I've been using for a while, and that and the Beretta. I'll just go over the weight of this, the MIROKU 70, 3.69 kilograms or 3.7 kilograms. Your trigger pulls are 4 and 3.5 pounds. I think that will go down once this gun's fired a few shots, but brand new out of the box, it's fairly good. It's fairly good when you compare that to the Beretta, which is 4 and 3.9 pounds, and it weighs 3.7 kilos too. So really, considering the price of this, and the Beretta I think is another $600 over this, it's quite good. The Browning itself is the lightest of the three guns. The Browning weighs in at 3.4 kilograms, and it's got a consistent pull of 3.6 pounds, and it's really quite good. The trigger itself on this, you have a little tiny bit of creep, but the wall is very feelable. I've already fired one barrel, I'll just reset this. So you do have this take up, but once you've hit that wall, you can definitely feel you're on it, and it doesn't have any creakiness or actual grittiness to the trigger. It's really defined once you fire it. Now I'll just give you a general thought of this gun overall. I find I might be probably a little bit tall for this gun, or my arms are the wrong weight. I'm slow bringing it up at the moment, but it also might be that the rubber is getting caught on my shirt a little bit, but it's comfortable once I'm in position, and I'm usually firing up at this position in the air, and that's actually really comfortable. It's more comfortable than the Browning, so that's a plus for this. I think this rubberized stock recoil absorber is going to be really handy. It's really sturdily made. It's got no thin parts on it, so that'll work really well out in the swamps. And I've gone over this gun really intently today since we got it, because it's a friend's gun, it's his first gun. I wanted to make sure there was no faults, and there's nothing I can find. These are getting hard to find in Australia. If you want one, Darwin has a gun shop called Coolerlinga Guns and Ammo. The owner is a gentleman named Daryl. He's really helpful, and he has these in stock. He told me that he brought them over from New Zealand because they were hard to get. So Coolerlinga Guns and Ammo, you're looking at about $1,900. By the time you pay $70 for your purchase permit, you're at the $2,000 range, but the people in Coolerlinga will help you. They run through the whole permit process with you, give you the forms on the day, and make it easy to do. So if you are looking for one, they are hard to get. Go and see them. But overall, I really do rate this. I think this Cerakoting on the controls here is a good thing. I would have liked to see maybe a gold trigger or Cerakote on that, because that's where you will do a lot of touching, especially when you've got Bushmans on your hands. But the Cerakote's good, it's flawless, and the gun overall, I'd have to say, I think it's flawless. So it's a good buy. I'm looking forward to getting out and firing it. When I do, I'll give you an update. I just thought I'd let you know I have an Instagram account now, and you can find it here, The Sam Inc., all one word. Basically, if you want to actually message me and have a conversation with me, it's probably the best way, because it's hard to keep up with everyone through the YouTube comments and sometimes I miss them. So yeah, send me a message there and we can get in touch.